Hello, Matt here. Today I just want to update you a bit on my 149 project. So yeah, stay tuned. So what have we done so far? Well, you've probably seen the video where we adjusted the injectors, because when we were putting the engine back together, we just swapped them over from 1 to 6 and backwards. Now also you can see this one leaking, so let's sort that out first. Anyways, what I want to really show you is the progress we've been making on the intake. Now unfortunately, the radius of this bend is a lot bigger than I expected. It was not specified when I bought the thing, so yeah, I will make it work. Actually, I wanted a smaller radius so I can put the filter lower down and a bit more to the front, and then I would be able to cover it. This way there's not enough space. Okay, this is intake version 1.0, so yeah, we'll probably making the other one once we finish this, but for now I'll show you what we did here. As you can see, the mouth is already kinda in. There's a big gaping hole where the mouth goes, and I'll show you what the plan is next. And also, you might see there is no crank pulley because, well, there was always a weird vibration, and I never got out of the car to check out around the engine while it was working. First time I did that, I noticed that, well, so that's a harmonic balancer or crank pulley or whatever you want to call that is bent. It was out of shape, and yeah, it was not good. Second thing I want to update you is IVM. Now, why did this video take so long? Because I'm still waiting on a freaking pulley, and the IVM got stuck in the post office for 2 freaking weeks. 2 weeks. They don't have enough employees, and it's just sitting there. And we called once, we called twice. They could not deliver it to our post office where we can pick it up. It was in the general sorting office. They told us we cannot go and pick it up. It's there, but we cannot go and pick it up. I mean, yeah, second time my wife called, she was a bit rude, and the next working day they finally delivered the thing, but good job to Croatian Post. Anyways, now I'll show you a bit of what's planned with this intake. First up, this is the stock intake, and this is where the mass airflow sensor usually goes. As you can see, it has a nice round part here around the hole, which we already have. So what I'll do next is grab this piece of iron, cut it down to around 1 centimeter and bend it into shape like this. Once we did that, we'll weld it onto the intake bunk, and then we'll do something about these where we should be able to bolt it in. So I'll probably just weld 2 nuts in. I don't know, we'll see. Now I've probably cut this a bit too short, but anyways, yeah, it's a bit crooked. It's not straight as I wanted it to be. So either way, this is just a test piece. So let's try and bend it into shape. Now luckily I have this piece, which is basically the same radius as this. So what we'll do is bend this around that. Well, now we have first bend. Now to get the second done, and I actually don't know how to get the second done, but we'll try. And that's how you get the second one done. Now just for a final part of the bend. There, all done. So this is how it's going to go. Now we need to place this little fellow in. And something like that. We'll take it in place. And then I'll check out if everything works. And here we have it, ladies and gents. This is perfect. Far from it. I mean, see, it's pretty good fit. And it's all welded from the inside because this is the first time I was welding stainless, so I didn't want to go on the outside and create ugly welds. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. Once it all gets painted black, you won't be able to see any of it. Now, just as I said, 2 tabs on which we can bolt this. Then we need to route this, probably. I mean, this is now in the way where this was supposed to go, but I don't know. Yeah, something like up here. And then, as I said, fuel pump breather, which will go under here, up over here, over that, down here, and here somewhere. And yeah, this will be my custom intake, which so far is made from scraps. And total cost for this clips and this piece of stainless was 35-40 euro, something like that. So basically a steal, considering this kind of intake would cost me 400 euro. But let's soldier on. Quick break before we continue with the intake. Can you see the number? This here number? Number 7. Yep, down to only 7. And out of these 7, what we have is all of these are connected to rain sensor, which we don't have yet. Then we have these, which are all connected to front headlights. Actually, if I turn on the headlights, I'll probably get more faults, but yeah, it's nice to see 1 digits. 7. We're down to 7. First part of the intake is done. I'm still getting freaking misfire on cylinder 4, which now, thinking about it, can only be 2 things. Either spark plugs, which we will change either way. It's time. Or we didn't fix the wiring here well enough as we should. Or, I mean, no, coil has been changed. So yeah, right now, let's do the spark plugs, and then we'll think about everything else. See, spark plugs are not looking good. But still, cylinder 4 is looking disgusting. All filled up, oiled up, no spark at all. So yeah, ignition is definitely the problem, and now we need to see why. Also, I'm not gapping the plugs, new plugs for now, because the engine is stock. We'll keep the stock gap once we go for higher power, if we ever go for higher power, considering the fact that I cannot get it to run smoothly. Yeah, well, then we'll gap them to a smaller gap, but for now they should do, unlike this one. Also, a little trick: if you're using a cheap tool, a bit of wiring tape helps to keep it in place once you're pulling it out. So there's that. Yep, no misfires, running on all 6 now. Unfortunately, again, a fucking problem. Finally, I could push it up to like 80 kilometers per hour, and yeah, drive shaft, prop shaft, whatever you call that shit, going from gearbox to the rear diff, seems like it's bent. But hey, running all 6. All this clicking is injectors also, so don't mind the JD valve. It's all welded up in there. This is just to make it seal completely. But hey, hey, all 6 running. Fucking yeah. I'll have to check the drive shaft, and hopefully soon you can go for a drive with me in this freaking car. And it's fast. Trust me. Fastest 114i in the world soon.